These people are at their wits' end over a noisy neighbour that's getting louder.
It's getting harder and harder for Brian McGlynn and his wife Dominique to enjoy the telly anymore.
Can you close the door, please? Because it's impossible.
Outdoors is even worse.
I have to delay when I speak to people because when I talk to them, this goes over the top of every conversation.
The world's becoming a noisier place.
Sorry, you got the dog going as well as the train.
We've got the dog and the train. I don't mind the dogs, I don't mind trains. I just don't like screeches and thumps.
Now there's a cacophony.
It's just constant, and I work from home mainly, and I do a lot of Zoom calls.
The screeching trains are sending him off the rails, but we move 10 metres away to escape the dog.
And as the train comes around, then struggles to get around, you can hear it going screech, screech, screech. And that is damaging.
I have no idea what he said. You might say, well, these folk purchased near a rail line, so bad luck. But a few things have changed on this track on Sydney's lower North Shore.
In the last 8 years that I've been here, the noise from the trains has doubled.
I understood that. We're now chatting between trains. After the 11:22 all stations passes, Brian shows me his years of train documentation. 450 a day pass his place. It was never like that when he bought.
This is one day. Every one of those vertical red lines is a train going past.
So many trains that are now much heavier than the ones when the line was built are causing damage to the track, creating that screeching sound. Stand by, here comes the 11:24. Anyway, you can imagine what this does to a person who's just trying to live a quiet life.
If you take the average over the day, it's like having a vacuum cleaner running all day.
Or with the train.
Brian's not alone.
Horrendous at times.
Up and down the line, there are people like Mimi Neve and husband Phil.
It's just unbelievable.
It's impossible. If you have guests and you're at the lunch table outside and the train starts to come in or pull out, the noise is just so bad you can't hear each other speak.
14 years ago, this couple derailed over another train issue.
Stand clear. Doors closing.
Back then, she told us that announcement would happen hundreds of times a day.
Stand clear, doors closing. It's not acceptable.
She took legal action and they turned the volume down. Now she and others had this latest issue.
They pump up a little bit of a lubricant which goes on top of the track.
Sydney Trains thought they had a solution, but residents say it does little as the oil drips off the line and onto the ballast.
Can we do something about this? And of course we can.
There is noise-reducing technology used in Europe. This noisy train in Barcelona is satisfyingly quiet the next day on the same spot following treatment. If only they'd use it here, say residents. Because in an effort to sleep, many have had to double glaze their windows and doors.
About $80,000. You know, you have to do that to sleep.
Well, the one positive is that at least it's easy to get a train.
Every 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Except they're just a little bit too noisy.
If they can get rid of the noise as it is now, we're over the moon.
Oh, Jesus.
A cuckoo clock. I've reached the end of the line.
The EPA and Sydney Trains have engaged an independent consultant to work on the problem.